Okay. Triple threat live going. Hopefully I fixed the sound for the Instagram with the fancy microphones here. And as you can see behind me, it is the most beautiful fall day you can imagine. It is absolutely beautiful and warm and nice, breezy, cool. It's just an amazingly beautiful day. And today, we're going to do CY Chen stuff, and we're going to talk about we're going to do CY Chen stuff, and we are going to talk about the sale. So the sale, we're going to talk about the sale, and we're going to drink some CY Chen stuff. Finally, I can bring out one of these bad boys. This is perfect for sort of the CY Chen style stuff. And this is the spring tea that we've got on the site, right? I don't know. Is it on the site right now? I think it's on the site right now. Anyways, it should be on the site right now. Anyways, we're going to put these side by side right here and do them this way. And then I'm going to drink this tea as well like this. But what is going on with the sale? What is going on with the sale? Well, the sale will start, I think, on either Wednesday or maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. One of those days when I get everything ready to go, I will start it up and do the sale. That way it'll be 15% off of everything. And the most, I don't know, I don't think I have a good word for it. The question that I get asked all the time that is driving me absolutely insanely crazy, that is driving me to the point of just, it really is, it's usually I can control my emotions pretty well, but at this point, I'm getting really angry. I've got phone calls for all the people up in the Taiwanese bureaucracy and all those different types of things. And for me, it's just when can I send tea to the United States? And it is driving me absolutely crazy because legally and legally, morally, and commonsensically, I should be able to send tea to the United States right now because the tariffs have been stopped for tea, and so there should be absolutely no problem for me to send tea to the United States because what I send is tea. But the government here in Taiwan, the postal services has not opened up anything. They haven't mentioned anything. They haven't talked about anything. Anyway, so I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about it, and sort of maybe at the end of this stream, I'll put out some ideas. Basically, the biggest idea is probably just going to open it up and screw them. Screw them! I'm just going to open it up, and I'm just going to send out a bunch of birthday presents because birthday presents are getting through okay. They seem to be getting through fine, especially now as they're marked as tea. I think the birthday presents get through no problem and fast in general. There's one or two that haven't quite made it yet, but everybody else is just going through quite quickly. Now, this is the CY Chen stuff. So CY Chen, should I get into I'll tell the story quickly. What is the story with CY Chen? So years ago, when I was first starting out into the business, somebody came to Taiwan, met him, saw his tea. He got super famous out in the Western-facing tea world, and he got super famous because back then nobody knew about good tea in Taiwan. They would just come and go to like various places, or there'd be family businesses, things like that. So people didn't really know really good tea, and so they found him. But he's only got a little bit of tea. And then because he got famous, all of these people back before there was lots of options, there was a lot of people who bought tea from him directly, or they wanted tea from him directly. And he was like, I don't know how to deal with this. And so what he did was he partnered with another company and then said, if you want to buy my tea, you only buy from this company. And then all shit broke loose in the sense of drama and stuff like that. And that is now gone. All of that stuff. he very much regretted doing that. And so now he's just selling tea. There's lots more people that sell tea at his level of quality. Yes, I would say there's lots more people that sell tea at his level of quality. But I will say this, and I write it on the website when I talk about this man's tea. He is a modern master, and he is just going to get better. He is just going to get better. And his stuff is amazing stuff, and it is just going to get, I mean, he's not that old. He's not sort of an old style guy, but he is one of the few people out there who is so good at what he does that he's actually benefiting from all of the various labor things and all that type of stuff that's going on right now. He's actually benefiting from that. And that's a really unique thing. Now, what is his style of tea? His style of tea is absolutely, how's it going? Absolutely, amazingly, spectacularly traditional tea from Dongding. So Dongding, sort of the traditional teas from Dongding. He does charcoal roasts, and he does some of the greener teas as well. Basically, it's just Dongding tea. So what does that mean for Dongding tea? One of the biggest things it means for Dongding tea is, sorry, I need to drink some of this tea, is mid to higher level oxidization, so between 30 and 50% oxidization, and then charcoal roast. He charcoal roasts all of his teas. Now, this tea right here that I've got right here, I bought a bunch of it. Actually, I think I bought all he's got left. But this tea right here, I bought all he's got left, which isn't that much, which is okay because it's really expensive. But this is the wintertime tea from last year. So you got the Old Master Dongding, and the Old Master Dongding is cheaper than this. I obviously get a very good price for the Old Master Dongding, but it's electric roast, and it's done really traditionally, but really traditionally for that generation of folks. This stuff here is done traditionally, but traditionally for the old style mixed with the new. So it's mixed with the new, and it has all of this stuff going on in it that is this amazing mix between the traditional and the modern. And if you've ever had one of his teas, you probably will remember it because it's just so amazing. So hopefully you can see the F16 there. What's happening now? I in the future, I may not be doing this here as much. I probably still will do it every once in a while. But it's looking, knock on wood, of course, it's looking more and more like we're going to be able to move into a physical space. And sort of starting probably in December, there will be a physical space, and I will rig up a space in the physical space, like a studio, and be able to do it in there. What makes the Dongding Oolongs so special is what is it? They're coming in for their coffee break again. No worries. Just normal F16s on this beautiful blue sky sunny day. And you've got the roast. Oh, here's another one. Can you guys see it in the video? You should be able to see it, right? Like how many tea guys have? There it is, right there. Anyways, you can barely see it in the YouTube, and I guess the Facebook, right? Roast and care and deep tradition. I don't think there's anywhere else in Taiwan that has such a deep care for tradition as Dongding, because it really is sort of the oldest sort of tea growing area, the oldest tea growing region. And Top Gun with tea. Yes, it is Top Gun with tea, right? Although thankfully, they're not doing anything special. This is just like maybe a training run, maybe a loop de loop or a zigzag somewhere out over the ocean somewhere. Then they come back. And let's hope, everyone hope and pray that it stays that way forever, or they just get rid of them. But there's thankfully no drama out there today. Certainly not today, not the last little while. Anyways, what are we doing here? We are talking about, and you can see it already. It's like I drink some of this tea, and this tea is so nice. It's so beautiful. It's so soft and calming. And the chi of this tea, for a guy this age, for a newer tea, it shouldn't be this beautiful. Now, what is the story behind this tea that I've just bought? This is the tea from last winter, not this winter. It's 2024 winter. And it was sort of a mid to heavy roast charcoal, which for CY Chen, if you've had his stuff, you know that mid to, if you have one of these, if you got a clay pot, use this in a clay pot. It's so beautiful. His roasts are not all that special in the sense of their being really, really heavy. He doesn't do heavy roasts, but this is about as heavy as he does. This is sort of, I think he does one heavier roast, but he doesn't do that very much anymore. Is there an update on U.S. shipments? I did a quick rant at the start, but basically, I'm waiting until either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to start the sale on Wednesday or Thursday, 15% off everything. And then what I'm going to do after that is if I can't send shipments to the United States by then, I'm just going to do it. Probably. I'll just send a bunch of birthday gifts or whatever stupid thing that I have to do, even though legally it's fine now. That's the answer to that. I might do that a couple more times if people ask during the live stream, because it's so mind-bendingly stupid at this point. Anyways, charcoal roast, smooth, sweet, wide mid-mouth, and then the fruit, right? The fruit aftertaste of this beautiful tea. I've been rationing, and just to say, I say it all the time, but just, it always amazes me. I'm so thankful. I'm so appreciative of everybody out there who say things like, I'm rationing the tea, and I'm like, I really do appreciate it. It's a wonderful, it's not something that I think would have happened, but it's the amount of support I get from people, the amount of kind messages, and just things like, I've been rationing my favorites from you and things like that. It's amazing. I got a question, and the question was, how does it compare? How does this wintertime tea compare? Now, that's a really good question. So on the site, I don't know whether I still have any. I've got about maybe 100, 150 grams left of this tea right here. So this is the tea from last year. So you can see here, this says like spring at the bottom, and this is sort of his tea from this year. And you can see it says Dong, right? So that says winter on the bottom. And so, anyways, I think this is older, or this is older. Anyways, no, this would have been spring 20. Damn, I can't remember. Probably, this would be spring of last year. This is winter of last year. And the reason that I didn't buy this spring version of it is because it wasn't the exact roast that I wanted. And this one I thought was better. But let's go into these two teas and we'll see the difference between the two. Now, this is the last year's spring tea. Oh, caramel, fruit. But, he's famous for a reason, right? He's famous for a reason. And his tea really is, for a modern tea maker, a modern tea master, there's no one comes even close. No one comes even close. Any of the stuff that I've had for the Dongding style of teas, anybody who comes close to what he does is much, much older. So you're looking at much, much older tea masters. Yeah. So the springtime tea is actually a lower roast. So this tea is a lower roast. And it is It's got a little bit more fruit flavor on it because of the roast, but up in the front, it doesn't have that charcoalness that I absolutely love. I love that charcoalness especially when the weather turns. And so, what would be the difference between these two teas? The simplest difference between these two teas is this one, the last one, the spring 2024 that I have on the site right now has a little bit more fruitness to it and has a little bit more vegetal, for lack of a better way to describe. Well, hello. How's it going, Wes? I hope Winnipeg is higher than -20 by now. At least the mosquitoes are dead, right? At least the mosquitoes are dead. But I hope someday I'll be able to watch a hockey game in Winnipeg. I would love to watch a hockey game in Winnipeg. Yeah, and so this is the wintertime tea here, and I'll say it's smoother, more roasty, and the aftertaste on it is more caramel, more fruit, whereas this one has a little bit more of the vegetal and things like that. So I love this tea. I really, really do. No snow yet. Wow. So my children are, much more Taiwanese than they are Canadian when it comes to weather. And my parents are in Guelph, Ontario, and they'll talk to them. And there was the first snow a couple weeks ago, I guess, early November maybe. My children just couldn't handle it. They could not handle the fact that here was like 30 degrees and like this, but in Canada, where they had just been over the summertime and where the weather was nice, there was like this much snow on the ground. it just blew their minds. They're just like, how is this even possible? How can but it's nothing compared to Winnipeg. I hope the winter is a wonderful one for you. I hope it works well, and it's a wonderful winter. So all the planes seem to be coming back at the perfect time to interrupt us drinking tea here, but that's okay. Now, you can see here the color of this golden, beautiful color. You can only get this color with teas that are clean and super, super, super high quality, like just insanely high quality. And you can sort of see it on the stream, sort of, but not really. Like if you were in person and you put this beside any other tea, you would just be blown away by it. This is the same sort of color. Like I was at the tea show like a week ago, and I brought some of the. Everybody was all on the feed. All I saw were these pictures of the old tea cakes, the old Heicha tea cakes from back in the day. And so I brought one up to drink with my friends up in the show, and it was brighter than this. It was just so beautiful, the liqueur that was coming off of that tea. It was quite fascinating. It aged really, really well. And my Suzanne Pien, my buddy up there, we're gonna probably do tea cakes moving forward into the future, and so there may be Camellia formosensis tea cakes in the future again. Now I don't know what the cost of them will be. They'll probably be pretty high, but we'll be able to do it. It really is just so good. Now today, this is like an early September day in Southern Ontario. So, oh, come on, let's face it. This is like an August day in Southern Ontario. It's like, I don't know, 23 to 25, sort of a little bit breezy, beautiful. You can see still air, blue sky. It's just a gorgeous day. But for us here, this is the fall. This is fall weather. So I'm starting to drink this, and I'm feeling the fall coming in. Now, it's also getting into Christmas time season, like the holiday season. And so all the 7-Elevens now have Christmas music already. And so the 7-Elevens have Christmas music, and you see these big plastic fake Christmas trees in all the department stores and things like that. But for teas like this is like the fall. This makes me think of the fall, right? This makes me think of, basically the fall. That's what it makes me think of. And it's really quite a nice tea. Now, what's going on in the next little bit? So on either Wednesday or Thursday, I will start the sale. And so on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to start the sale. And what will be started with the sale, there will be the High Mountain Tiaguanin will be going in there. There will be the Winter Phoenix Valley Oolong, which is pretty good this year. Certainly better than last year. That'll be going on for sale. I got enough number 21 black tea, the Hongyun, for people to really get it, to buy a bunch of it, and to enjoy it. And it's a really, really, really good one. It's a super strong tea. Be careful with it, but it's better than the one that was out in the subscription box last month. And this tea, of course. And so all of those teas, I think it's going to be 15% off for the next. I'll probably do it until maybe next Monday, something like that. I might extend it a little bit if we get good news for shipping to the United States. I mean, again, like at this point, there's nothing good I can say. I'm just angry on various levels. But remember, it's not a call out for we're okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to be fine, right? Thankfully, there's lots of other people in the world other than the United States, customers in the United States. So I love people in the United States, wonderful people. They're great. And so we're okay. Because I always get the most wonderful concerned messages from people. And, I always feel bad. I feel great that, it's like amazing that people would have these messages. But I also feel bad in the sense that, we planned for this. It's okay. There's other people that need our concern more, and probably other people that need sort of support more too. Not to say that when shipping gets opened up again, please buy from us. Please buy from us when shipping gets opened up again. But we're okay. We'll be okay. Especially because I think, like I said, I think we're like 90% of the way there. Maybe even a little bit more than 90% of the way there. We'll probably be able to open up a brick and mortar shop. We'll probably be able to move in December, and it'll be a real different experience. Really different experience. It has been an extremely long time since I've really served tea for people in person. And I'm looking using threads, of all things, threads, but quality tea world. And they are really high quality stuff, right? So they're after the CY Chen stuff and the Susan Pian stuff. They're really, really high quality stuff. And they're really, really trying to learn and really trying to appreciate it. And it's amazing. I saw a bunch of these people at the tea show the other day, last week. And I'm looking forward to, doing this, serving tea for people and doing sort of this type of stuff. Also, just seeing people, sort of tourism, people from coming in and just talking with people again. Like I haven't done that for many, many, many years. And I've sort of talked about why. For years, I kind of felt bad because wonderful people will show up and they'll be like, I'm coming to Taiwan. Can I drink your tea? Where can I buy your tea? And I'm like, I'm sorry, just online. I don't do in-person stuff. The reason I did that was because for close to 10 years, I guess 10 years, I was a river tracing, hiking, mountain climbing guide. And it was pretty high stress, right? It was high stress. I would be taking people to places that somebody got injured. It's helicopter time. And so it was really high stress. And it's also when you're in those situations, I don't know if you've been in those situations or if you've been the responsible one in those situations. You have to make sure everybody's okay, right? Somebody gets like a mental click, or somebody has a bad time, or somebody has his, you have to make sure that everybody's mental state is okay. And so for like 10 years, that's what I did most days. And that was really stressful. And I needed a break, right? I'm an introvert. I'm not one of these people who are, leading the pack when it comes to all these types of, I'm an introvert. And so I did that for so many years. And so I needed a break. So I just stepped back. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't meet you. I'm not doing anything. I'm just stepping right back. And it's been enough time. It's sort of been, I guess, about 5 years now. And so going back to being able to uh, interact in those types of situations again, teach classes in person, serve tea in person, all that type of stuff, which I haven't done for many, many, many years. It's time. It's time to go back and do it again. It's time. And I'm, that's our next step for sure. You're responsible for the safety of everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, I was able to do it, and I had certain tricks, and I had mental tricks and ways to do it that maybe someday I'll write a book about. But it's a talent that you have to build over time, and it's an experience thing. And I'll tell you, it's pretty powerful. And you know what? If somebody comes in and wants to drink tea for half an hour, I'll be able to create a very nice space for them for 30 minutes. if I could do it on the side of a mountain or in a river during flood, I can probably do it in a tea shop, drinking wonderful teas. And so I'm looking forward to sort of creating those spaces. A lot has changed in the world since then, though. So with Taiwanese folks, it'll be quite easy, but with perhaps with foreigners, I won't know what the. I remember one time, I would take a lot of people from sort of Silicon Valley and these types of places, and there was a period of time where I took a lot of people from Portland out. And I don't know if you guys have known people from Portland. You can look up what Portland is and what they're famous for. But I remember asking questions like, don't you guys have the weird mayor? And they'd be like, oh, weird? What do you mean by weird? I'd be like, nothing. I know nothing about it. I was wrong. No. It was Kansas City had a weird mayor, right? Those people do. Not you. You don't have any weird mayors. No. Portland is like the way the world should be always. Oh, okay. I feel better now. I'll tell you. There's times I stepped in it without knowing what it was. So I'm looking forward to finding out where. Watch Portlandia to understand. Well, actually, I'll tell you a story. On that same trip, there's somebody who wasn't from Portland, and they literally took me aside later on in the day, and they're like, "Watch Portlandia. Just watch that show. Just watch one episode. Just watch it. So next time you'll be okay." Like literally, they said that to me. and I think I only watched like 5 minutes of that television show, and I was like, oh, I was like, okay, I get it. And then there's another time where I literally took out one of the I'll say it. One of the Marxist militants. There goes all the red flags. Anyways, one of the literal Marxist militants from Portland on a trip. I saw them in the news afterwards. And I was like, oh, like the meme, Anyways, whatever. It's a long, long time ago. Your venture with the tea shop sounds like a great idea. Yeah, just one episode. Yeah. One episode was good enough. Anyways, the point is that there's a lot of things I know because I did those trips and I met these amazing people, and I went on these trips and spent time with these really quite amazing people, And so I know that when the shop is open again, some of those people will come in, and I'm looking forward to it again, because it's time to learn again. It's time to learn about, especially for younger people, sort of their experiences and how I can help out with them in their experiences of this type of life, right? And so that's something that I'm looking forward to. There'll be It's sort of in an old Japanese era house. It'll be right downtown Hualien. Again, knock on wood, if we pass all the tests and all the things. It's integrated in a what's the best way to describe it? Well, a culture zone, a culture. I think most cities have them now, but sort of the culture area of Hualien where I live, and they have festivals in that. And then off to the side, they've got a bunch of these older. Off to the side, they have a bunch of these older Japanese era houses, which are not really Japanese, anyways, whatever. But they've rebuilt these houses, and so we'll be in one of those, and it's a really beautiful spot, and I look forward to doing that type of, like I said, face-to-face stuff, and it's a very different game. It'll be a very different game, but yeah. Any other questions about what's going on? To recap, this is last year's CY Chen. It's a springtime oolong. Softer, more fruitier, a little bit sweeter, a lighter roast. This is the one I bought. This is the last year's wintertime tea. It is upfront, more roasty, sort of thicker. Mid-mouth is slightly sweet, sour, tarty. It's got a little bit of stuff. It's really wide, quite smooth. The aftertaste is caramel and fruit, and it is, well, I can say it on this with the people who are watching, the weird guy on his back porch with F-16s flying in the background. It's worth the money. If you're not watching this, or you're new here, it might not be worth the money for you, right? But if you are, if you're used to this stuff, if you understand high quality tea, it's absolutely worth the money. It's absolutely worth the money. I'm from Palo Alto and was considering making a trip out to Taiwan to get a suitcase full of tea. So glad you're opening a physical shop I can visit. Hey, listen, I'm kind of glad too. Any updates on U.S. shipping? Yes. So there is going to be a sale. I'm either going to start it on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday this week. It'll be 15% off of everything in the store except for the subscription. And I'll figure out how to do it. But at this point in the game, I think I'm just going to open it up to U.S. shipping because it's so stupid. Because there's literally no reason why I can't ship to the United States other than no one wants to take responsibility for it. So legally, Tigos, no tariffs. The planes are flying. There's ways to do it. Like, it's fine. You can do it. But nobody in Taiwan wants to take responsibility for whatever they. So yeah, hopefully this week. And we'll just have to see how it goes. But opening up a physical shop, I think, will be a really interesting one for me because it will be like, my job is cultural translation, right? So I go meet the guys, I learn as much as I can, I flip it over into English, and then I put it out there, and if people enjoy it, they buy the tea. And so now what I'm going to try and do is understand the sort of the outside space, the English speaking world, understand what's going on with that tea world, and then flip it around and sort of bring it back and then present Taiwanese tea in sort of this Western way. And what does that mean? Very, very simple: education and transparency. That doesn't happen here, right? It happens for one family farm that might place 3 or 4 teas out and say, this is the springtime, blah, 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 but they're all the same price. No one ever, ever, ever does a $5 tea, a $10 tea, a $20 tea, a $25 tea. It just never happens. It never happens. And so obviously that's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to be like, hey, listen, are you new to tea? Try the cheap one first, right? If this is hitting your spots, drink this for a while, and then come on back. I'll have something better for you next time. You know, and so that's not what happens here, right? It's not in any way, shape, or form. And so I'm going to bring that into this market and see what happens. I don't know. I'm probably going to piss off some people, and some people are going to be really happy. It's sort of taking off the mask a little bit of Taiwanese tea for the people here in Taiwan, because there's a bunch of reasons why people don't do that. The biggest one simply being that anybody who is involved in tea or selling tea probably has a family that does it. And so it's a face thing. You can't have other people's tea and sell it and say it's good. You have to only sell your tea. You can't drink anyone else's tea in public. You can't talk about anybody else's tea in public. It's horribly annoying. I hate it. And for somebody like me, I can place these things out, and I can have a cheap tea, and I can say this cheap tea is not as good as this expensive tea, but for the price, it's great, right? For this, for like 25% the price of this tea, this is 50 or 60% the quality of this tea. This is 100%, this is 60%, this is 25% the price. And be able to teach people that and bring that up and talk to them about it is something that I'm really quite looking forward to. I think that'll be a great thing just for the sort of the Taiwanese industry, tea industry in total. But I might make some enemies. Insert Winston Churchill quote. That's okay. Because at this point in the game, if anybody has any question about anything to do with Taiwanese tea, chances are I know the answer. And if I don't, I just phone up my buddy, and be like, hey, get online and be like, hey, this guy says that Chilaishan, the road up to Chilaishan is broken right now. Are you up there? Oh, no, that got fixed yesterday. Oh, okay, thanks. Okay. The end. And so I'm really, I'm looking forward to that. Now, these teas will be up on the, actually, I still got a little bit of this left. I don't know. I'll probably keep it though. Anyways, this tea will be up for sale. So what are the 4 teas that'll be released this week at 15% off? There's a High Mountain Tea Guanyin, which is a fascinating tea. Very, very, very good. I highly recommend the High Mountain Tea Guanyin. It's fun. It's the, like in China, they'll oftentimes have the greenish Tea Guanyins. It's like that, but a High Mountain version, Oolong version of that. So less florals, more fruit, thicker mouthfeel, and so recognizably sort of Taiwanese High Mountain Oolong. There is the Winter 2024 CY Chen, of course, that we've been drinking today. I highly recommend it in a clay pot if you can. And there is the Winter Phoenix Valley, which is also quite good. That's a good one as well. And the number 21 Black that I have bought in high enough quantities for it to last more than like 2 days. So that's great. Last call for questions. So anybody have any other questions about anything we've covered so far today? To recap again, there is nothing keeping us from shipping to the United States except for the fact that no one in Taiwan in any bureaucracy wants to take responsibility for the decision. And we will be launching that. We'll be launching that sale, 15% off of everything, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. We'll be launching the sale, but I'll talk about it perhaps tomorrow. I'll put some stuff out there about it. And when we launch the sale, I'll send out emails and do all that stuff. And I guess that's about it. That's about it. like I said, I'm looking forward to the in-person shop stuff. Should be a lot of fun. And when that gets going, I'll talk about it more and put it out there. And I really have it's a whole new skill set, that I do not have, that my wife and I are working on right now. That will be fun to do, but it's aesthetics have never been my strong point. But we're gonna have to do packaging, and we're gonna have to make the place beautiful and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure we'll be able to. And if you're out there and if you're an American and you would like to get some tea, hopefully this week I'll be able to start sending stuff out, because it should be fine. It should be fine. And the fact that it's not still drives me crazy. Okay, that's it. Wherever you are in the world, I certainly hope you have an absolutely amazing night. I hope you sleep well. I hope you have a great day tomorrow, or a great day today, and a great day today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next live stream. I got to end all the